Hey guys, how's it going? Today's going to be the third episode in Road to 3 Marks for the Object 140. This replay shows how to deal with really bad matchmaking, which is something a lot of people have trouble with, myself included. So this should be pretty useful. And yeah, here it is. Enjoy. Alright, so as you can see, this is pretty bad matchmaking. Looking at the lineups, there's 3 clickers, which is as bad as it can be for that. And then the rest, it's all tier 10s. So my armor is basically useless if I try to rely on it. I'll get, lucky bounces here and there, but it's not, I can't use it. So what I decided to do is play this safe, play the early game safe. And that's what I usually like to do in bad matchups like this, or if I'm bottom tier. But this is pretty much as bad as it gets for tier 10. I like to play the early game safe, and what that allows me to do is get a few early shots in, but stay alive. And like I said in my last video, staying alive is the best way to maximize your damage potential. I don't mean redline camp, but that's not good for anybody. But just not being overly aggressive. And at the beginning here, I come to this position because it's clicker safe, and I can get shots on the mid, and people love to YOLO the mid in this game this map, excuse me, for some reason. So I see the chieftain there. He's going to be a bit of a problem, turret armor gun depression. Not a great combo when you're trying to fight somebody on a ridge like this. And he actually snapshots around into me. I'm looking for where it is, or for where it hit me there, for 500 damage. So that's not a great start to the game. I'm a little annoyed about that, but it is what it is. Looking at the lineup, or the team dispersion, all of our heavies are going north where they should be in my opinion, and we've got a couple mediums south, and the rest of the mediums are in the middle. So in my opinion, that's a pretty good team spread. I'm not too worried about losing either side immediately. And here you'll see RNG decides to screw me over again on this STB1. So I'm even more annoyed now. I'm starting to get a little tilt. You see it happens again in a minute. But it is with that. I haven't been clicked yet, so I'll take that. But yeah, I'm just looking for shots from this position, trying to stay safe. There's not a lot I can do right now. You'll see I try to get a shot into this guy. That one goes low again, so now I'm even more annoyed. That one wasn't a super high chance of hitting anyway, but I would have liked it if it had. Here, I get my revenge on the chieftain. I do snapshot around into him there. So I'm feeling a little better now. That wasn't 500 damage like he did to me, but 300 is better than nothing. With games like this and matchmaking like this, there's not a lot of opportunity for you to make plays in the early game, and it feels like you're being useless. But by staying alive, you're being much more useful than YOLOing and dying. So that's what I'm doing right here. You can see this position is pretty good for getting shots because of these bushes. You can stay unspotted. If your teammates spot people along this road, you can usually get side shots into them. At this point, I can't because you have to hit them back here before they get behind this mountain right here. Unfortunately, they're behind the mountain, so I can't hit them. But now I notice that my team's pushing through the north. So what I'm expecting is once they get through this VK, all of their tanks, the enemy's tanks in the middle, their guns are going to be focused towards my team. And what that allows me to do, I look for shots in the Conqueror, don't get a shot though. He's behind the same mountain that the 430U was. What that allows me to do, you'll see me make the play in a minute, is run down this road and actually get rear shots into the guys who are looking at my team. So that's what I'm doing here. I played it safe early game, and once I found a play to make, I make it. I am worried about this Jagdpanzer hitting me. You can see I'm looking at the bushes where he is right there. I don't get spotted, so I assume he's looking the other way at this point. And it works out just as I expected. They're looking the other way, and I can get rear shots into them. I almost take another round of this Progetto, but I don't want to get hit by him. And here's the Jagdpanzer that I was worried about. Luckily, he only tracks me because that boat's in the way. I don't get a shot into him. But now I want to get out of here because I don't want to get YOLO'd by the Progetto, as he has an auto, I guess it's an auto reloader. Regardless, though, he'll do a lot of damage to me if not kill me if he yellows me. So I need to get out, which is exactly what I do here. He does yellow me, or where he thought I was. I snapshot around into him, he hits me. He probably could have gotten another round into me, but he backs up, luckily. And I got out, I'm still alive. And now I'm just looking for more shots in the middle. I see that our chieftain, or their chieftain, excuse me, is fighting our 430U, and I want to get this chieftain out of the game. You can see I look over to the Jagdpanzer over there. I decide to take the risk just to get this guy out of the game. Put one round into him, he gets clicked, and then I get the second shot off. So that gets their chieftain out of the game, which is excellent. And now I take a look at the map and decide what to do next. You can see we've pushed through the north. The south is not doing great. It doesn't look like they're pushing, but it's kind of a stalemate. So it is with that. And now I'm expecting most of their tanks back on their base to be looking at my heavies still. So I decided to pop up into the mid here just to see what I can find. I look for shots on this guy. Don't get any. But that's fine. And he actually gets hit, and I realize I'm the one spotting him. So I decide to push across this field to hopefully go get some more spotting damage on him. And I feel comfortable doing that because I have a lot of support behind me. You don't generally want to push like this unless you've got a lot of guns to back you up, which I do. And getting on this ridge, they can't push over this ridge without dying to my friendlies, so I feel safe sitting here. You can see I notice this Patton trying to push behind me. That allows me to go get a couple rounds into him. I track him and get the fire here, although my teammate takes him out. I'm up to 3,500 combined now, which is nice. You can see there's the clicker. Take the shot on him. It's always fun to shoot clickers. And here I make a bit of a mistake. I want to keep this Jagdpanzer lit for my team and get that spotting damage and get him out of the game. But this Progetto actually pushed to this position, and I did not expect that. So he put 2 rounds into me. That's another 650 of my HP gone. Excuse me. I don't think that's going to change the outcome of the battle, but that does make it harder for me to get damage. So you see I try to get him spotted again, but it just doesn't work out. I don't want to pull up and get killed by him. And now there's a Super Conqueror deciding to push behind me. So I immediately turn around. He's got people behind him that can hit him. Our Patton and Progetto, they are occupied right now. But I see this 140, excuse me, and now I can use the full potential of my DPM. This is exactly the kind of situation you want to get in when you're playing the 140 well. When you're not getting shot at, and you can just use your DPM to its full potential, like this. You can just farm these guys, and he can't do a thing. Unfortunately, I don't get the kill here. That would have gone in, but my teammate gets it. But it is what it is with that. And now I turn my attention to this Super Conqueror. I see he fired. I try to get a shot in, but that was a bad shot off his front plate. My team, the game's pretty much won at this point. My team's pushing into their base. They do actually kill our Patton south, though. I get the tracking shot on the Super Conqueror, and now I see this low health 430U that I want to get out of the game. So I focus him down. He's out. That hit. And now I can return my attention to this Super Conqueror. I get another tracking shot. He bounces one off my front plate. That was lucky. He could have high rolled and killed me if he had hit me. But I know I'll reload before him, so I take another shot and get him out of the game. But yeah, at this point the game's won. I think I get the kill on this Jagdpanzer here. Yep, he decides to yellow us. And I get the kill into him. And the rest of the game is pretty much just chasing down their tanks. But I think this replay illustrated how to play bad matchmaking pretty well and not getting yourself killed early game. That allowed me to get 7,300 combined when it could have been a very low damage game if I had died early on. So this is just me and this 430U yellowing the Progetto. Our EBR killed himself. That's unfortunate. 430 dies. I whiff my first shot, and I get the second shot on him right as we cap out. And yeah, that's the game. I think that showed, like I said, pretty well how to play bad matchmaking and play passively early game. Not redline camping, but passively and safely. And then you can get the rest of your damage near the end of the game. But yep, let's go take a look at the end plates. Okay, here's the end plates. That was an ace tanker. I made 86,000 credits. 5k damage, 5 kills, 1264 base XP. I kept 5,000 credits and 2,500 assisting damage, which makes my total up to about 7,500 combined for the mark. That's about it for the end plates. I hope this was useful. This is something I have trouble with, is the bad matchups. So I hope this can be useful to you guys as well. Um, as always, thanks for watching. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, leave them below, and I'll be happy to respond. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.